everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Verify Crypto. At the time of this recording, Bitcoin has cleared $23,000, as well as for the month of January, the entire crypto market really been on a bullish run. Altcoin Market specifically, many altcoin projects taking a leap, going over double, 200, 300% for the month of January. One in particular is Aptos, which for the last 30 days it is up over 320%. If you had $100 in Aptos at the beginning of January, you'd be looking at something like $421 right now. The cryptocurrency market cap also remains over $1 trillion in total value, and it seems that there's still plenty of adoption as well as many new projects being created as 2023 goes on. Overall, it is a bullish start to 2023, and it is certainly interesting to see how the rest of the year will go. I feel like we're on for some more bullish action. However, anything can happen with this space as it's very speculative and volatile. So speaking of speculation and volatility, kind of brings me to the topic of today's show, which I wanted to bring up something rather boring. However, going to try to make this not so boring to talk about, is some basic rules to investing in cryptocurrency. And so some of these things have protected me from going completely insolvent in cryptocurrency, and some of these things I've ignored and learned a lesson the hard way as far as my time with being involved with crypto and projects. So the first and most important rule for anybody I think that's into cryptocurrency or just getting into it is never invest more than you can afford to lose. For starters, cryptocurrency is not something that you have to invest a ton of money into to really see exponential gains. I mean, if you look back for 10 years ago, anybody that has managed to hold their Bitcoin for this long is worth multiple millions of dollars. And many people were mining Bitcoin essentially for free, getting upwards of hundreds or 1,000 Bitcoin per day from mining. So with that said, there's ways to partake in cryptocurrency that I think is essential to learn and adapt to the technology and understanding of it. For myself, it's been over 5 years in the crypto space, and every day is something new. If it's not some sort of project or protocol or a new dApp or whatever the case may be, there's always something to try to figure out when it comes to cryptocurrencies. There is a steep learning curve when it comes to these type of investments as well as technologies, and so it's best to take it slow. Also should note that cryptocurrency is not going away anytime soon, as well as Web3, blockchain, NFTs, and all the other things that are a part of it. So you got plenty of time in the world to get involved with cryptocurrency. There's nobody going to rush you. And that's my biggest advice is just take it slow and don't spend more than you can afford to lose. A good strategy to this is supplementing something like maybe a bad habit. Perhaps it's a pack of smokes a day. Perhaps it's a $5 coffee. Whatever it may be, you can come up with a affordable amount that you are not worried about losing. And that is my best advice for first getting into cryptocurrency is supplement something in your life that doesn't cost a ton of money, and maybe it will lead to more healthier decisions. Alright, so my second rule here that I have written down, which I think is just as important as the first rule. Obviously, you don't want to spend too much money into crypto and lose it all like many have done. Which gets me into rule number 2, which is do your own research. And I'm not talking about just going to Coin Market Cap and looking at, tokenomics and just checking out the front page of the website. When it comes to cryptocurrency, we are not just investing in some image or some name or some URL web address. We are, in fact, investing into individuals and our peers. So behind every one of these projects is oftentimes some developers, creators, CEOs, it just depends on the type of project, but it's critical that you know who you are investing in and not specifically what you are investing in. And so some good ways to figure out who is by checking out team pages and then checking out social medias, things like LinkedIn. You can oftentimes pull up an entire resume on people who are building these crypto projects. It's not what we are investing in, it's about who we are investing in. And that is all I will say for rule number 2. As for the third rule, I would have to say it is to diversify. If you're not diversifying and you are marrying one project, it can definitely become a fatal choice as far as cryptocurrency goes. It's good to find a handful that are doing various different things and kind of scatter the eggs out, the typical rule of don't put all your eggs in one basket. Diversifying is definitely a golden rule to crypto. We see that oftentimes cryptocurrencies are treated like sports teams and there's a lot of tribalism. Things like the XRP Army, the Chainlink Marines, and these other communities, the Bitcoin Maxis. Getting married to just one crypto oftentimes ends up in a bad divorce. And so yeah, don't become a maxi. And the fourth rule I would say is dollar cost averaging. As I was kind of saying earlier, my first point is, never invest more than you can afford to lose. Dollar cost averaging kind of goes hand in hand with that. And so a good example of DCA, or dollar cost averaging, would be to take $5 per week and say every Friday or every payday you consistently invest $5 on a weekly basis. And nowadays you can do this in an automatic way. And it doesn't have to particularly be a weekly basis. I mean, it could be daily, could be monthly. Just depends on what your situation is. But yeah, obviously people who bought Bitcoin at all-time highs right now would be a good time. And earlier when Bitcoin was at 17,000 to implement some sort of dollar cost averaging strategy. But a lot of the OGs just consistently buy no matter the price. And that's a good way to be too. Alright, and so lastly, this gets me into one of the most important rules in the 5 here, which I think they all have equal weight and value, which is not your keys, not your crypto. Many of us have made the mistake of leaving our cryptocurrency on a exchange or some sort of wallet service that, custodians, that works as a custodian, can't talk right. These custody services obviously are prone to being attacked, as well as, mismanagement. Part of cryptocurrency is to remove middlemen from, it's not necessarily a requirement for cryptocurrency to have any sort of middleman. It's a peer-to-peer, basically trustless system. So middlemen and centralized services, oftentimes, if you are going to leave funds on these type of things, don't treat it like a bank because it could end badly. Which is also why I think that these rules are critical. Not your keys, not your crypto. DYOR, do your own research. DCA, dollar cost averaging. And never investing more than you can afford to lose. Also to diversify. If you were diversifying, then you would not have all of your funds on one centralized service. And I mean, honestly, it's better if you're going to stick with CeFi to at least spread it out and make sure that you're covered there. As well as same regards for decentralized finance. You never know if an entire network can get plagued, or if a service like Uniswap or PancakeSwap has an issue where liquidity or bridge, something is attacked. So always spread those eggs out and, follow these basic rules, and that's a great start to getting into crypto, as these rules will time and time again repeat themselves and teach you over and over until you figure it out. And so hopefully this helps some of you to not make the same mistakes as I have and so many others, as well as many, if not most, listeners here. And that will wrap it up for episode 9 of Verify Crypto. If you like this type of content, like, subscribe, share, and all that good stuff. And we will catch you guys next time.
Verify Crypto is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Information shared from the host or guests featured in this recording should not be viewed as investment or financial advice. Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are considered as risky and speculative investments. If you're seeking investment or financial advice, find a licensed and professional financial advisor.